The Temple Mount is the heart of Jerusalem, and according to many believers the heart of the world. The most sacred place for Jews and also sacred to Muslims. According to the Mishnah and later also in Muslim traditions, here is the drinking stone from which the world is created. In Jewish tradition, Mount Moriah is the Temple Mount, where the binding of Isaac took place. And some add more events like the creation of man. About 3,000 years ago King David conquered the city from the Jebusites, bought the land and built an altar in its place. King Solomon, his son, built the first temple here. The temple operated for about 400 years until it was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, who also exiled the inhabitants. 70 years later, about 1500 years ago, with the encouragement of the rulers of Persia, the second temple was erected. About 500 years later, Herod, who reigned on behalf of the Romans, expanded the Temple Mount complex to the size it is today. He leveled the area and built a wall around it. The western wall is part of that wall. Herod built a new and beautiful temple that was unparalleled. About 2,000 years ago, the Roman Titus destroyed the temple, and took with him to Rome the vessels of the temple. The Romans built a new city, Aelia Capitoline, and later the Romans and Byzantines who ruled after them converted to Christianity. But they did not attach importance and sanctity to the Temple Mount, rather they considered the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. 1400 years ago, the Muslims conquered the area, and built the Al-Aqsa Mosque. From there, according to tradition, Muhammad ascended to heaven with the angel Gabriel on his journey from Mecca. The Muslims also built the Dome of the Rock, above the drinking stone, which according to tradition there was also the Holy of Holies. More than 900 years later, the Crusaders conquered the city, and placed crosses on the Muslim buildings. After 200 years, the Muslims, called the Ayyubids and the Mamluks, conquered the area again. They built more on the Temple Mount and around it, and opened gates for Muslim worshippers to enter the compound. About 500 years ago, the Ottomans took over and built the city walls, and only about 200 years ago were the Jews allowed to ascend the Temple Mount. During British rule about a century ago the Muslims renovated the place. During the War of Independence, the Jordanians occupied the old city. 3 years later, Palestinians assassinated King Abdullah of Jordan, and flooded the Dome of the Rock with gold. During the Six-Day War, Israel conquered the Temple Mount, but decided to give control of the mountain to the Waqf under Jordan. Since then, throughout the years, there have been many tensions and conflicts. According to most jurists of Jewish law, Jews are not allowed to ascend the mountain, because it is not possible today to purify oneself.